We can't help but to wonder why now? Why now? Why now?
He was abandoned at birth, but this baby has now ended up at the center of a fight between two families, and they each want custody. To be candid, the case is pretty rare. It's a rare twist on a state law that the I-Team has covered over the years. Ginger Allen joining us live tonight to give us a better explanation. Ginger?
Doug, a fire station is a safe haven place. So the next time you drive by one, you may see a sign just like this one over my shoulder, Safe Baby Site. That sign is the result of a law meant to protect babies and the parents who may abandon them. However, we have learned that this law may have some unintended consequences, and you're about to see that. Before I show you the story, I do want to tell you that we need to protect the baby's identity, so we are not showing the faces of any of the children inside this home.
Look at you, sweetheart. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hidden in bags, discarded in dumpsters, left out in the cold. Every year across the country, newborn babies are abandoned by their parents. Some die before ever being found. After a rash of infant deaths in the late 90s, Texas became the first in the nation to pass a safe haven baby Moses law.
Don't throw away your baby.
Under the law, as long as the baby is less than 2 months old and there are no signs of abuse, parents can anonymously drop them off at a hospital, a fire station, or freestanding emergency room. Without names or relatives, the state can then move quickly to terminate rights and start the adoption process.
Look at you, big belly. Look at you, big belly.
That's how, after almost 2 years of fostering children, Lisa and Vincent Blow met the baby boy they thought would become their son.
I cried going up in the elevator because I was telling Vincent, I was like, this is different. Like, he's ours. This is ours. And even like when we introduced ourselves to the nurse, you know, it was like, oh, you're the parents.
The Texas Department of Family and Protective Services placed the week-old baby with them in November after he was deemed legally abandoned.
And then when we were asked to name him, that really hit home.
I was told by 3 different workers that they were like, oh, he's yours. Like, you know, it's not like fostering where you know, family members want him. It's like mom surrendered rights and that's it.
The baby has a birth defect that could require surgeries well into his teens. Vincent took 6 weeks off work to care for him as the family spent the holidays getting to know its newest member.
So we went into it like, okay, this is our son.
But in February came news they never expected. DFPS officials said the birth mother had called and wanted her baby back.
I kept asking, like, how can this be? How can this be? I mean, we've had him for 3 months. How can this be?
Here's what the Blows say the state officials told them about the biological family. The mother, who was in college, gave birth in a hospital with the father present. Both left the infant there the next day. 3 months later, in February, the mother told her parents about the baby. And now the maternal grandparents are seeking custody.
From what we've been told, it was really her parents pushing and her parents not knowing that he even existed. So we can't help but wonder, what kind of relationship do they have? And if they hadn't found out, would she even be wanting him back?
Texas tracks abandonment cases by fiscal year. The I-Team obtained 8 years' worth of data. It shows the numbers of legal and illegal abandonments have fluctuated over the years. But how many of those parents return for their children is unknown. The state does not track that information.
I don't know the percentages. This has got to be, a 1 in 100, maybe more. I mean, this just rarely happens.
Rick Mitchell is a longtime family law attorney who has worked several baby Moses cases. He's not involved in this one, but he says in general, if baby Moses relatives come forward before an adoption is finalized, they would have the same rights as any other regular adoption case.
I would love it if you would explain to me, if you represented the biological parents, what the argument would be.
And so my argument would be like, well, judge or jury, just because we turn this child over doesn't mean that this mistake should define my life, right? It doesn't mean that it's still in the best interest of this child that my rights be terminated and that be removed from this child's family.
So I made a mistake.
Exactly.
If you're arguing for the parents that have fallen in love with this child over the last couple of months.
You know, the argument would be, listen, mom or dad or both made their decision when they dropped this child off. They were informed when they drop off. There's paperwork to sign, right? When you turn this child over and they know the consequences, you're taking care of this infant for someone else, and it shouldn't be easy for them to stroll back in and just jump back in as parents at their at their discretion or their leisure.
The Baby Moses statute does not address family reunification because the parent is voluntarily delivering the child to safety with no intent to return. Lisa says they have tried appealing directly to the woman who originally walked away from her baby.
I told her in the letter that, when we got him, we were told he was ours, and that's why we named him. And I told her that the decision you made, I respect that. And I did tell her, if you would like us to continue to parent him, we will include you in his journey forever. We would never not want him to know his biological family. But, he's ours. And so, we just kind of felt like there was nothing else for us to do. And that's why I decided to write the letter.
This baby is now about 6 months old, and he had his first surgery just last week. The Blows tell us that the state asked them, at the request of the biological family, to take care of this baby for 2 weeks post-surgery until he recovers. Doug, I really wanted to talk to the biological family, but that was impossible for us because we do not know their identity.
Let me ask you this. What does the state say about this? I mean, you got legal document, they're standing with what's written into law. What does the state say?
I wish I had more to tell you. The State Department of Family and Protective Services cited privacy issues and would not talk to us. So then we reached out to the authors of the Baby Moses Law just to find out if this is working the way they originally intended. But they also did not want to comment. Doug, this is very important. Back to the baby. This week on Thursday, there will be a permanency review hearing. That's where a judge could decide custody of this child, and we'll be there.
Absolutely. Ginger Allen, thank you so much, Ginger and our I team.